This one is always a fun one. The students had an election at the close of the school year, and we are now calling our student speaker, Tamara Zachary.
Take a deep breath, okay. Good evening. Welcome, fellow students, or graduates, sorry. Faculty, family, and friends. I'm honored to stand before you today. This occasion marks the end of a journey at the Culinary Institute. And my classmates have elected me to represent us and give the graduation speech. I'd like also to take this time in remembering Christina Vialli, who we all wish to be here with us today on a special day. This day also marks new beginnings for us all. A new chapter in our culinary journey. As we leave today, we take with us all the lessons and experiences that, all right. So, those are all formalities I can do. And so I'm going to share a story with you guys. A few weeks ago, Mr. Soriano gave me a call, and the conversation sort of went like this. Hi, Tamara. It's Mr. Soriano. So right away, of course, I jump up out of my seat because he was on the phone with me. I don't know why. So to have the department's on the phone with me, I'm a little taken back. He said, I'm just calling to congratulate you on being nominated by your classmates to give the graduation speech. Right away, my fear, because at first I'm thinking I did something really horribly wrong, and it turned from fear to sheer excitement that, okay, so I started thinking, my classmates think I'm the best representation to give a speech on our behalf. I thanked him, I told him I'd give him a copy of my speech, and sat there for 5 minutes taking it all in. But 5 minutes later, all that excitement just wore right off. And I realized, for one thing, I don't like writing, and I don't like public speaking. So the first thing I did was go to Google and check what tips I could look for. And some of the things I found, I'll share them with you, was to plan ahead. So I figured writing would be planning ahead, so that's what I did, wrote a speech. Next would be write clearly. I typed it up, so it worked out well. Then was the practice, so I couldn't really practice and drive at the same time on the way here, but I got most of it done. And lastly, to stay calm, and when all else fails, you close your eyes, you take a deep breath, and picture everybody in their underwear. So, from there, here we go. Let's take this as a learning experience, and next time you guys have a decision to make, you guys will get the right one next time. So we have worked very hard to get here, some of us for 2 years, and have the right now to call ourselves chefs. Yeah, tell your friends about that. Many of us secure jobs in the industry, so we all know what it takes. It takes a special kind of person to be a chef. You're well aware of the dedication, perseverance, and the hard work that it takes. And there are many qualities to being a good chef. Number one would be passion. You must love what you do, because the job will always come first. Second, sacrifices. There are many sacrifices, but just to name a few, your nights are gone. Your weekends are gone. Your holidays are out. Your friends probably don't have anymore. So basically, your social life is completely shot. But call yourself a chef. Third, I found this out at school. Your table manners. While we were learning food preparation and how to handle food and the right technique, our table manners became atrocious. And I know because I've eaten with many of you guys. We have a hard time not eating without using our hands. And we run out of places to wipe because it's always like this. Dedication. We are more dedicated than most. There's no such thing as calling out sick. There's no, hey, boss, I'm taking a personal day, or I'm hungover, I can't make it. All it takes is for the polite suggestion by your boss to say, get your butt back to work. I promise, Mr. Sirianni, I can do PG. And no frills. The luxuries that most people have or look for in a job are easy things. Health benefits, dental plan, a window for some natural light, a chair to sit in, just for a couple of months, are quite often just unavailable to us. But who cares? We're chefs. We're also masochists. Who else would sign up for a life of constant injuries? Burns, cuts, bruises, and of course, like the occasional punch in the face. And lastly, we're probably crazy. You've got to be a little crazy, a little wacky to want this lifestyle. But crazy is what we are. Crazy in love with what we do. We know how rewarding it can be to prepare and share a meal with someone. People always come to food when they seek comfort, when they're stressed, when they're celebrating an achievement. If you think about it, all major occasions are marked by a meal. A birthday, a holiday, a wedding, a divorce party. And we are actually very privileged and honored to partake in the delivery of that meal. Food is a universal language, and we are all well on our way to speaking it fluently. Never mind French, Italian, Spanish. Culinary, that's the real romance language. Growing up, I was never an A student, or B or C. I just did what I had to do, just make sure to get by, so I didn't get in trouble if I got left back or whatever happened. I never saw myself as a college graduate, let alone a graduation speech. I took a longer road than most to get here. In fact, the first few classes at the CEC, I struggled. Struggled to follow directions, and especially follow recipes, and my teacher will attest to that, all of them. I always opted for the ironing it out method. 2 pounds, just, yeah. Before I found my passion in the kitchen, I had a lucrative career on Wall Street. Thought I was happy, but still, there was something missing. So I left Wall Street and decided maybe I'll go into banking. It was a little less stressful, had benefits, a clear career path, good living, but still, it was just not there. Something was still missing. One day at the bank, and I'd like to share this with you guys, I read the following quote by Steve Jobs. I have looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to be doing what I'm about to do today? And whenever the answer was no, for too many days in a row, I knew something had to be changed. That resonated with me for a while. I loved the job, loved the security, and decided there had to be something out there better for me. Some people thought I was crazy. There goes the crazy word again. Even I struggled with the decision to leave. Why would I give all this up? Other people thought I was brave to walk away from such an opportunity. But it wasn't really about bravery. It was about desperation. And I was desperate. I wasn't sure how it would turn out, but I needed to change. I knew if I stayed at the bank, I was just not going to make it. I was going to lose it one day. Thankfully, I was right. And there was better out there for me. And I found it at the CEC. We were there where we were led by some of the greatest teachers I've ever come across, who took the time and care to fine-tune a whole bunch of nuts. And they had a lot of patience with us. Now my days are long, hot, stressful, exhausting. But I love every minute of it. Every minute of it. I am standing here today as proof that it is never too late to reinvent yourself. And I would like to finally definitely thank my family who struggled with me for the past 2 years and supported me. And I would like to wish you guys the best for the brightest future. Once more, congratulations, class 2015.